Hi guys, welcome back to the podcast. Today we're joined by Katherine Fashbender, an elite 15 athlete who made her debut in Phoenix racing doubles with Morgan Schulz. It was an absolutely awesome debut, putting down a huge performance and qualifying straight away for World Championships. Catherine's also recently raced at the Americas Regionals in both solo and doubles. So we didn't want to waste too much time. We just wanted to get into it because we have got so much to talk about today. Thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm happy to be here. Thank you for asking me.
Oh no, I think yeah, like Faye said, we have a lot to cover. We're super excited for this chat. Maybe we could start because it's kind of like fresh off the back of the American regionals,
Hmm.
with how that race went for you, solos and doubles. Up to you. You can kind of go in either direction to begin with, and maybe give us a little rundown how you're feeling.
Oh my gosh. So I took this whole week to chill out. Like after Phoenix and then also this past weekend of double racing, it's a lot mentally and physically. So this past week has been a nice reset on my mind, on my body. It really needed that. But last weekend, yeah, it went well and it didn't go well. So it was like kind of both. My solo race, you know, I'm not thrilled with how that went, but also like that's like high rocks. Like you literally can prepare as much as you want, but one little thing, like I went out a little hot and it just kind of really screwed my race. So that's it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. I'm not gonna let it really affect me too much. Like I learned from it. And then the next day I just came out even stronger and showed where my fitness was with Morgan. I was so excited to get back on the course with her. I love racing with her. It's one of my favorite things to do. We just bring out the best in each other, and the results really show with that. So, yeah, it went well and it didn't, but overall, it was a great experience. I met so many new people, and I just love it. It's you guys get it. The environment is awesome. Like it's something that I always want to be a part of. So it was good.
Yeah. Oh no, that's ace. It's like taking positives out of it as well. The fact that you then went on into the doubles and we were just like, no, I'm gonna show where my fitness is at and go out and did you have DOMs or were you okay?
It's funny because I always race better personally, I think the second day. I think my like nervous system is already used to that high intensity, whereas the first day it's kind of like a shock and it's almost easier to get into that flow on the second day. Like yeah, I'm sore, but my soreness doesn't come until 2 days after. So I'm like in that window of like, okay, I'm hurting, but it's not like so bad yet where I can still somehow manage to run. But then the next day, which is 2 days after my solo, it's just like I can't walk.
That's very brutal.
It's so brutal, truly. It's like so hard to walk.
I love that you say you still managed to run, but your run pace was probably like sub 4 minute Ks, wasn't it? So like for you and Morgan. Like
It's hard
just
to
managing to run,
know.
I mean.
It's hard to know because with the Elite 15 races, you don't know because like the runs aren't tracked the way that they track for like
Ah.
age group. Like they track them from the second you leave the station to the second you get to the next station. So you don't really know your rock zone time and your lap times. So it was yeah, it's hard. We were running though. Morgan is a runner, so we were running.
Yeah, no, totally. And then you said you went out hot on the solo race. Was that how did you make that decision? Like what was the decision behind that to just hit it? Was it just
I
all
did
or
not
nothing? Give
want
it a
to do
go?
that. Like it's
Oh, okay.
hard because well, one, the run was like super long. The first run was a
Mm.
long one. And then you just of course you never intentional. I mean, some people maybe like strategy wise, they're like, okay, I can go out hot for this race and let's see what happens because they don't have anything to lose. But for this race, I didn't want to do that,
Mm.
but it almost seemed like well, I just was with the group, and unfortunately, sometimes that happens where you just get so caught up in being in that group that it ends up being a little stronger and like a harder run than you want to be. And because it's race day, your RPE, like you don't even notice it because you have so much adrenaline that you're like, it takes you when you get to the sled push, you're like, oh, maybe I
Yeah.
pushed a little too hard, but you don't realize that because you're just so locked in. So no, it wasn't the goal.
Oh, I was like,
Uh,
oh, that's an interesting tactic. Maybe it was to go out, but then At the same time, you just said that and got pulled with the crowds. I think I remember them saying that Lauren Weeks in that race went out so fast. She actually ran faster than Dylan Scott, who ran.
Yeah,
But so like you
she's
guys
not the
running,
person I went out with.
yeah, no, but even so, like you guys chasing in the chasing pack, it just makes everything a bit quicker, doesn't it?
It
So
does. It does. And I
yeah,
think it really shows. I'm not saying that I'm not a strong runner. I think I am pretty strong in it, but it
yeah.
really shows the people that can pull that pace in the beginning and hold on. They're dangerous. Like Morgan and Carolyn, um, they are strong runners, and I'm still working to get to that level. Like I really only started running like this maybe 3 years ago now.
Wow.
So I'm still working to get there. I'm happy with where I'm at, but there's just so much to improve on, and I'm excited to see how that goes. But it just goes to show how crazy some of these girls are in terms of fitness. Like it's awesome to see, but it's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean it's so impressive and just watching, well, all of you, it's incredible like to be able to follow along on the live stream for the races as well. It's like so good. You said there about you kind of was that the point you realized at the sled push for your solo race, or were you like was it earlier? Were you on the ski going like, oh dear, this is not good, like this is gonna be a hurt, painful hour or
Mine
what?
was
Yeah.
it was after the sled pull, kind of like towards the end of the sled pull. And the sled pull, I'm pretty strong on that. Like that's a station I really do enjoy. And I think that's where you can tell in the race what how you're feeling is like it's what 20 something minutes in. That's when it kind of hits you if you're feeling good or if you're like shit, I'm blowing up now. Um
Mm.
so I would say after the sled pull, that run, I was like, oh no. The sleds weren't easy that day, but they weren't like super hard, but they definitely weren't like Phoenix. Like Phoenix was like, they were like butter. Um, so yeah, I would say after that run and then the burpees, like mid-point burpees gone. That was probably like the hardest mental battle this entire DC solo race that I've ever had. But it proved like how strong of an athlete that I am. Like that was a huge win for me. Yeah, I didn't get the result I wanted, but that mental win was crazy. Like I've been building on it for so long, my mindset and mentality towards hard efforts, and it showed a lot to myself because obviously people can't see that what's going on in your brain during a race. So I really just proved to myself how strong I am mentality wise.
And did you have any ta techniques like or anything were you trying to focus on, I don't know, positive
Uh,
self-talk or anything like that? Or it's quite hard mid burpees when you're dying to like tell yourself that you're doing amazing. But
yeah. I would say like one, I have the opportunity to race an Elite 15 race, and I know that so many people want that opportunity. So if I have that and I just quit halfway through because it's hard, that's something I will never ever let myself let go. Like I just I get like when people drop out because it's hard and maybe their results aren't going to be what they want. It just like it's upsetting to me because you have these opportunities to be on a big stage and just I don't know, like that's the time that you really want to show how strong you are. And I kept telling myself also, like, oh my God, all these people are watching you, do not stop. So that definitely is a big part of it too. I think if it was an age group like race, mentality would have been, I don't know. Like, I think I needed that, the people
Mm,
surrounding me to really help me keep going. I had a lot of people there pushing for me too, because I'm only 2 hours from DC. So I knew a lot of people that were there supporting me, which was awesome. So that definitely helped as well. But yeah,
mm.
big crowd, don't stop.
Yeah.
And
It's good.
camp live stream, people are watching, like, just keep going, girl.
Oh my God, I can't imagine. Like it's bad enough when you feel bad in a race, like just in an age group race in a normal high rocks, and you're like, oh God. But like to have
And
a camera in your face.
you know what's also like crazy is like I went back to watch the live stream a few days later, and it's you are so in your own head thinking that like it's obviously it's you, so this is your experience, but the live stream just showed a totally different story, which is really cool to go back and watch because I'm remembering it in such a different way than it's shown. So to me, I'm like, oh my God, like I wasn't embarrassed, but I was really unhappy with how I was performing. but then you go back and it's like it doesn't even like it literally doesn't matter. So
Mm.
people
It's funny,
don't
isn't it? Because like, yeah, we watched the live stream and we knew how like what an incredible athlete you were, and maybe you weren't having the best day, but like it wasn't like we weren't
you
like, oh
don't
my
know
God,
that.
what's happened to No, we were just
Right.
like, cool, you're in the race. But we were just
Yeah,
like, and on the day, like other people do better than other people. Like you just don't know who's going to do well. It's just everyone
exactly.
knows that high rocks is just one of those things where you perform on the day, and if you're
And
feeling
that
great,
yeah.
you can have a great day, and if you're not feeling great, it's not your day.
Yeah. It's yeah,
I
it's
guess,
either
yeah,
like
when you're
on
in
or
your own
off.
head. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
a hard race
Yeah.
to have to be off slightly and then still compete, especially at your level, that you can't hide and everyone's out there for the same thing. If you're not right on it, it's a hard race
Yeah.
to
And
try and
it's
stay up
like
there.
I think it's two like extremes, right? You're either feeling awesome and you're
Mm.
like really crushing it, you're in that flow, or
Yeah.
you are not. And I think a lot of people can agree with that. You're either feeling awesome or you're just like in the pain cave bad.
Yeah. So
So,
then the next day you came back to do the doubles, and then was that like more of a flow feeling? Like how did you
oh.
mentally turn yourself around and come back to that, or was that just hang on to Morgan and and
um
grit and bear
I
it again?
I have the best coach. I'm with Geiger Coaching, Ryan Geiger, and he is awesome. And he's like one of my number one supporters. And he reminded me like when I was in Phoenix and I had my solo race the second day, I PR'd after a doubles race the day before, which was a really hard effort. He was like, you know, you're capable of this, of competing hard on like when you're fatigued. So use that to your advantage. Go out there and keep telling yourself and reminding yourself you have proof that you can do this. So go out there and do it. Show yourself that you can come back from that race and prove that that's not the athlete that you are. And I was like, damn right. So I went out there and somehow Morgan was still pulling me so hard, but she knew that I was like I had a rough recovery from that solo race, like really bad like GI issues, cramping, which happens to me when I'm like super dehydrated and it just sometimes it happens and that's unfortunately what happened after the solo race. So I told Morgan the next day, I was like, girl, I'm gonna give you all that I have. Um, but I might need you to pull me a little bit and take over some of the stations. And she totally understood that. It was vice versa in Phoenix. Like we just it just one of us was having our day and one of us wasn't. So I went out there and I gave her all that I could and we PR'd and we came in second and I couldn't be more proud of us. It was great.
Yeah, you girls crushed it. It was so good, so good to watch. Such a good race. Um, so can we talk about Phoenix a little bit as well, and then
Of
we'll
course.
rewind even further and ask you kind of more about your background. But maybe if we take the next step and go to Phoenix, which was your first Elite 15 race with Morgan. How was
Yeah.
the whole
Oh,
experience? Like, yeah, you girls qualified, which was just incredible. So can you just talk us through it a little bit from your side? Because us watching, we were like, yes, this is
it
amazing.
was so cool. Oh my gosh. It was really one of like the coolest experiences. Um, if you've followed my journey on Instagram forever, like this has been such a big dream of mine for like since I started High Rocks, truly. Like I'm a big visualizer. I think that's a really big advantage I have over like competitors is like I can visualize myself achieving all of these things and I think that's what gets me to them. Um and so just like it's just like so cool to see it come to life, truly. Like
Mm.
when I qualified with Morgan, well, when we even like qualified to get into this race with Morgan, I was like, holy, this is happening. Like this is exactly like, and being doubles as my first experience is even better. I think being with somebody that you're super comfortable with, you have a great relationship with, and doing it together is just even more special. And it makes it almost a little less intimidating because solo races are, everyone knows solo races are very intimidating, but when you're doing a doubles, it's almost like a sense of relief because you have someone with you. So,
Mm.
qualifying for Phoenix, we were super excited. We knew that like our first race where I think it was Dallas was our first race together and super crowded course. And we came away with like just under a 56 and we were like, okay, like this places us in the top 15. Like we know that on like a clear course, like we're good. Like this is awesome. So going into Phoenix and just everything High Rocks does for us, and it's just awesome. Like it's truly so cool. They do the media, they do everything to really make it an experience for you and make you feel like super special, and they do a great job. So it's better than I could have it was better than I could have imagined. And you see your name on that uniform too, and you're like, damn, I did it. Now I just have
Oh,
to
it's so
race it,
cool.
but
It's so cool to hear you describe it and hear you talk about it because I think like we speak to a lot of people about that moment and I think it's like you said you've worked so hard and you've had that vision there that you finally got there. It's did you really take it in? It sounds like
oh my
you
gosh.
took it in.
I was like, I'm gonna cry. I'm like, why am I emotional over this? But it's just because you truly everyone works so hard, and when you finally do it, it's just like, and in that stadium was like surreal. Like we were running around and we saw ourselves on the Jumbotron. It was like I was like, "Oh, is that what I look like right now?" No, you're like, "Oh my God, is that what I look like when I'm running? Holy hell." I was like, "I gotta work on that." But it was super cool. And the picture, I think one of my favorite pictures, I can like pull it up or send it to you, is when me and Morgan are crossing the finish line and we're just like because we knew we qualified. Like when we crossed, our hands were like we were like, yeah. Like, oh, it was just so cool. Yeah, I took it in. It was great. If you can't tell, I'm
Oh,
like
I
beaming
love
right
it.
now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
so
love it
good.
so much. And did you put any pressure on yourself? Like, I mean, you obviously knew the qualifying spot was there, and you girls were, I imagine, going in to give it your shot. Like, did you have
Mhm.
that pressure and that thought in the back of your mind, or how did you deal with it, and what were your thoughts going in?
I think like I wasn't nervous. And even when say I'm nervous, it's like a good excitement. Like I don't
Mm.
think nerves are a bad thing. Like try to fix my brain to rewire it to think nerves are excitement and you're just really ready to show what you've been working for. I had a good feeling. Me and Morgan both had a good feeling going into Phoenix. Like we weren't really even nervous about it. We were just like, we're getting that spot. We're getting a spot. Like it wasn't even a question. And everyone was like, how are you feeling? And I was like, we're gonna do it. Like I knew it like deep down that we could and that we were gonna do it. And I think that's a big part in High Rocks is believing in yourselves. And we walked away with that last spot. And we had that spot by a good, I think it was like 20 or 30 seconds too. So
Mm.
yeah, we did it, and I'm excited to race at Worlds. I know we can place really well. So looking
Yeah.
forward to it.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's so cool.
that's awesome.
Was it cool to do your first major like in America?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like first of all, travel was great. So
Yeah.
I mean, it was 5 hours on a plane, but yeah, to qualify on US soil was like how much better could that be? Like you
Mm.
couldn't ask for a better race. Um it was weird though because in the stadium it felt a little empty just because of how big it
So
was.
big, yeah.
Yeah, so it was like a weird like vibe. We were
Yeah, a
like,
little
is there
bit
anyone
eerie.
here? I can't tell if anyone's here because people are sitting on the whatever the stands. Like we couldn't tell, but it didn't even matter because it was we were there to qualify. So
Mm.
Yeah, I
yeah.
love that. And what about, I guess, not tactics as such, but is there anything that you think you and Morgan do really well or work on together, or any like tips for any of our listeners that are maybe just trying to improve their doubles time a little bit? Is there any hidden secrets?
So well, me and Morgan have been competing against each other for almost I guess it hasn't even been that long, maybe a year and a half, but I don't know if do you know what Decafit is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Decafit World Championships 2024 was the first time I raced Morgan, and I was scared of her. so scared of her. I don't know why. But that was the first time I ever raced her. And we just immediately, like, it was me, it went Lauren Weeks, me, and then Morgan. That was like the top three of the day. But Lauren Weeks, of course, went out. She did her thing, set a world record that day. Nothing new.
Standard,
And
standard Saturday.
you know, and then it was me and Morgan, like head to head. And every time we race, it's typically head to head. And then at World Championships for High Rocks last June, 2025, same thing. Age group, me and Morgan head to head. She got that world title. She beat me by like three wall balls. Very similar to what just happened, actually. Like that's exactly what World Championships was for me and Morgan.
Oh.
Um, so every time we race against each other, but it was back and forth, you know? So we push each other in the best way where it's like, oh, I'm dying, but like, oh, she's right there. So I'm like, you got to just keep pushing. And we became like friends because of that. And we've stayed in touch. And after Worlds, we were like, yeah, we've got to team up like this. We just have to. Like her strengths are my weaknesses and vice versa. So we complement each other really well. And I think during the races, we communicate the whole time, literally the whole time. Like in DC, after the second run, I go, Morgan, I am flat. Like my legs are not moving. I think I need you to like start a lot more of these stations. And she's like, that's fine. I feel good. So during the lunges, there was multiple times where I was like, I've got five more. And she's like, all right, I'm right here. So like just being able to be quick on your feet and like listening to your partner, also kind of reading them. Like if in Phoenix, like Morgan was like running right with me, and I was like, okay, she's not feeling as good today because she's typically the stronger runner. So she's like usually ahead of me. And just realizing like you just got to be able to pivot whenever like you can have it's we always have strategy and what we want to do and plan to do, but just being able to quickly change that is is where I think like you get the best partner and just knowing like being able to read each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, totally. I mean, yeah, I mean, that's crazy. It shows the fact that you're so close with different strengths makes
Hmm.
probably, well, obviously does make you such a good partnership.
Yeah.
And then
And
you
we have
know
fun with
during
it. Like you gotta have
yeah,
fun doing it. We're
yeah, I
out
mean,
there
it
like
sounds like you do. But
dying, but
I was gonna ask, do you race each other when you're doing like doubles? Because we know there's like a few doubles partnerships where they kind of like push each other on the runs and stuff by kind of like racing each other. Do you girls do that or
mm,
do you work together?
I think it's more so working together. Like
Okay.
she I don't know how to like say this, but like she stays in front of me in like but a good distance where like I need to really push myself to stay with her. Whereas I know that like the run might not be as intense for her, but she's able to take the first part of the station so I can recover. I recover very well off of runs. And like even like 10 seconds of just like chill out for a sec while she like does, I don't know, like four burpees because I'm a stronger burpier. Burpier? Is that a thing? I'm a
It is now.
it is now. I'm a stronger burpee or sorry. I'm stronger on the burpees, but if she's able to take like four or five for me quick, I could bang out like maybe nine or 10. So
Mm.
yeah, like I don't think we race each other. I just think we split things the best way we can to stay efficient.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
That
Hmm.
And
makes sense.
just this is a question, well, it's about you girls the next day, but Morgan obviously had like a crazy race with the wall balls like the
Yeah.
night before. Like, it looked like her leg was cramping or something.
Yeah,
And she said,
she said during the lunges she hurt her groin and during the
oh
wall ball she couldn't even do like a good amount of reps without pain. So like she said that was really scary like at the wall
gosh.
balls when she saw Carolyn come in.
Yeah, because it was
And she
so
was
close. And
like,
I was like, oh my God, keep going, pick it up, pick it up.
I know, but she did it. I had no doubt
Yeah.
she was gonna do it. Like, I was like, if it's not me, I hope it's Morgan. But I
Yeah,
also
yeah.
love Carolyn. Like, she's like on my training team. She's awesome and she's super strong and I've raced her in DECA before and she's fast. She's dangerous too. So
Mm.
really like anyone that came away with that spot, I think everyone would have been happy for. That was like that's the fun thing about High Rocks too and this group of girls that we were with was just everyone supporting each other. There was no bad energy anywhere. And I pick up
Mm.
on energy fast.
Yeah,
I'm a big
yeah.
like energy girl. Like if I don't like the vibe, like I keep it away because like selfishly, I think everybody should do that though. But none of that was present, so it was good all around.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool. And then my second part of that question, she was okay the next day? But like her groin was fine when you were racing together, or?
So yeah, she said I don't think she felt anything during the race. She did tell me like she was a little worried about it, but it seemed like it was fine. She didn't mention it, so yeah, I think
That
she
is
was all
wild.
right.
You girls
Yeah.
are just crazy to turn stuff around. Like you just think of like what you've just described your Friday night and or the solo race, the Morgan solo race, and you both finish, and then the next day you just go smash the doubles.
Yeah,
It's like
different day. You just
different
gotta
day.
approach it approach it a different way, I guess. But yeah.
No, I love
Um
that.
yeah, I
And
mean,
no,
go
no,
ahead.
go on.
Sorry. I
No.
wasn't even gonna say anything important.
Just
No.
reminiscing there, just having a
Yeah.
second.
Ah, pain.
No, I was gonna rewind a little bit. You've mentioned Decafit there. Is is there layers before that? Where did the fitness journey start for you and
Oof.
particularly the hybrid fitness?
Yeah, so it's funny because I really have literally no background in like competitive running at all. I played softball my entire life. So I was an outfielder. Hence I love running. So like I would always run and work out, like lift, run before practice. And then I would go to practice and we'd do more like lifting and conditioning. So I've always been pretty active, always running. Like that's just it's my me time. Like that's when I get like I'm thinking. Like it's just if you love running, you understand. But I didn't grow up doing like anything competitive in that way. So once college ended, I was like, I literally didn't know what to do. Like, I started coaching fitness classes and loved it. I still love fitness classes. Like when I'm not like this past week I went to one because I wasn't like on a structured week this week and it's just so fun if you know.
Mm.
Like do you guys ever do fitness classes?
Yeah,
Yeah, we do,
yeah.
Oh,
don't we? We jump into quite a few.
it's
It's
so
kind of the
fun.
same. It's nice to come off structure sometimes and just go and
Yeah.
jump into different things. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, we're ultimately doing this to enjoy it, so
Mm.
you might as well make sure that keep enjoying it. But I started coaching group fitness classes, loved it. That's when I started running, doing like hybrid training. And then I was introduced to High Rocks by the other coaches of the gym, and I started training for it. I did my first one in 2023. It was Dallas 2023 mixed doubles, and we qualified for Worlds the first race. So that was like we were like, whoa, that's pretty cool. And then we really locked into training and ever since then that's just I've been training for it. Like I just think it's such a good mix where you don't get bored of anything. And um I've started realizing I was like, okay, when I really dedicate myself to this, like I can see myself being really successful. And I started truly just I it's crazy because like my life before High Rocks and training like this was nothing like what it is now at all. Like I would just go to the gym just to go to the gym a lot of times. But now I'm like, no, I'm training. Like
Mm.
it's such a different mindset towards everything. So yeah, it started with mixed doubles and then I started solo and then that's when I was like, okay, yeah, I can be pretty good at this. And I really started to lock in on it and put a lot of my time and attention towards it.
Yeah. Oh,
But
it's
no
really
background in
amazing.
anything. Sorry. I
No,
know a lot of
No.
people have a lot of like interesting, like, I was a trail runner, I was OCR, and I, nope.
no. No,
You're
Not
another
at all.
softball player though. You're the first softball player we've had on. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm the first.
Yeah,
it's
it's
cool
really
though.
interesting it is to just know kind of what led you like to where you are now. And did you get a coach at the beginning, or is that more recent that you're now part of the Geiger coaching, or
Um,
how did that journey start?
so my first year in High Rocks doing mixed doubles, I did not have a coach. We were like figuring it out on our own. We were not approaching it the right way, like constant High Rock circuits as one does when they first get into it. And then going into my solo season, I got a coach. And I think that's when I really started to understand how how to get better at this. Like you need those progressions. You need the threshold days, but you need your easy recovery days too. So that's when I started learning how to kind of build a week in terms of training structure. Um, and I've been with a few coaches, but I think it takes a little bit of time to find the coach that you
Mm.
vibe with and that you connect with the most, because ultimately it's a relationship you have with them if you're doing like one-on-one coaching, and that to me is like one of the most important things. So the people that I was with before my current coach, there's nothing like they were great, loved them, awesome, but like I didn't have that connection and relationship with them to that I feel like is another stepping stone in the training. Like I can go to my coach now and talk to him about anything that I'm doing in terms of training, and he'll explain it to me and tell me why I'm doing it and explain the stimulus I'm supposed to get. And I love that. Like I'm a nerd for that stuff. So just, I love learning, and I'm a coach as well. So like I value relationships too. And I think just having the right coach is can really be like a make or break for you in High Rocks. So just make sure you're with a good coach that cares about you and wants you to succeed. That's my tip for anyone looking for a coach. I
Yeah.
coach, so reach out.
Yeah, we'll tag everything. Everyone can get in touch. Watch your inbox go wild. It's true though. It's so true. And I think it's really important as well that like there's not like one coach. Just because someone is a coach and coaches that person and that athlete really well, it doesn't mean that that coach is the perfect coach for you. It is very
Mhm.
like you do have to find someone that you do gel with or that's
Yeah.
coaching style like works with you as
Hmm.
well. It's yeah,
Definitely.
it's definitely working out the best thing for you for your performance, and it doesn't
Hmm.
mean you have to stay with the same coach all the time either, does it? It's like it's a
Mm-mm.
as you grow as an athlete you might need new things as you
Yeah.
progress on, and I guess you need something totally different from when you first started and you didn't know
Yeah.
anything to like now being an elite 15 athlete. Like
Yeah.
your needs and
I really want to be able to talk to my coach like whenever I want to, and just have like that good one-on-one relationship with them. And my coach right now is the best. So Geiger coaching, everybody. I'll just give him a little shout out. Him and Ryan and Sarah are the two of them. They're married and they own this business and they just do a great job. It's a great group of athletes.
Yeah, love that.
is that not
So,
Mhm.
who Delaney's with as well?
Yes, she is.
Yeah, I was like, I'm
Yeah.
sure I've heard this on the podcast, and I was like, it's Delaney, isn't it? It was taking me a second to work out who it was.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is Delaney is the first person to ever come up to me at a High Rocks event and be like, I follow you and like I just love like seeing you stuff you post.
oh,
Thank you. And this was like a year and a half ago when I was still like first posting, and I wasn't like not I still don't have that big of a following like at all. But like this was when I really like didn't have that many people. So like she holds a special place in my heart because she
oh,
was the first person to be like, oh my God. And I was like, whoa, that was weird.
You've both
oh,
got the same energy though. You're both very similar characters actually. Like if anyone
Yeah.
hasn't listened, we did do one with the is it the twin, the hybrid
Yeah,
hybrid
hybrid twin. Yeah,
mother.
yeah.
mother?
I listened to some of that one too. Yeah, she's
Yeah.
awesome. She's great. Good people. Good energy. That's what I'm
Good energy,
saying.
yeah. Then when you
Yeah.
said the energy, I'm like, you guys have definitely got it.
Yeah. And then what about like training style? We get quite interested in, what different people's approaches are. Some people do like a lot higher volume, or some people split kind of bike and running, so they do a bit less running. Is there
Hmm.
anything that you kind of do that suits you for your training that might be different from anyone else, or
Mm. Well, so I work full time in corporate right now.
Oh wow.
Working on it. We're working on by the end of this year to fully transition into fitness full time. That's the goal. That's the number one goal of this year. But in terms of my training volume, I would say compared to a lot of girls, it's relatively low. Like, because for one, I've done the high volume, I've done the high mileage. I don't respond well to it. Like from mental stress and physical stress, I just don't recover well from it and I burn out really quickly because of, I wouldn't say because of my job, but because I have other things in my life that take up a lot of time and energy and is another source of like stress for me. What even if it's not physical, it's mental, you know. So I went from like training maybe sometimes it would be like 11 to 13 hours a week, which again, for some people, that's not even that high, right? Like there, you know, there's like some people posting on Instagram with like 15 to 16-hour weeks normally. And I'm like, geez, I cannot imagine. So for me, I think I train maybe 8 to 9 hours a week tops, but I make those sessions worth it. Like I
Mm.
hit the intensity that I'm supposed to. I'm not adding any extra sets or any extra work. Like I'm doing what I need to do for those specific sessions to get the most benefit out of it and keep it at a volume that I can handle right now. I think everybody's able to do different things, like you said, like some people split their time on the bike and running. Personally, like I love running. That's like the way that I like to get in my my heart, like everything. If I could choose, I would run every single day. I don't, but I would love to. Um, so yeah, I have a very structured week that's specific towards what I can do. And I'm loving it. I am. Once you find that what works for you and it clicks and you feel good and you see that progress, like you go back to like, well, why do I need to add volume if I'm progressing this way?
Mm.
And why do I need to add more stress to my body if I don't need it? Like, yes, you need it for certain adaptations and stuff, but right now I'm just not looking to hurt more than I am, like what
What do you
why
need
do I
to?
need to add more?
Yeah.
I don't need
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, no, totally. Like, it's interesting, and it does seem to really vary across the board
Mm.
with training and volume across like all the elite athletes
hmm
doing quite a lot differs. So, um,
I
yeah.
wish I did have more time. I could get into more like biking, like you're saying. Like if I was able to right now, like in the afternoons, kind of just hop on the bike for an hour to an hour and a half, like super easy, low heart rate. I would love to do that. But
Mm.
after work when I'm tired and that's just not something I'm looking to do right now. I'd rather
Mm.
sleep.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, so if you did like, if everything works well at the end of this year and you do transition to do more, I'm guessing coaching or become a full-time athlete or
hmm
whatever it turns out to be, will you use that additional time for more like, yeah, like aerobic base building, or would you use it more for recovery and just the opportunity to sleep
All the
longer
above.
and yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, right now I sleep like 9 hours a night. Like
Oh,
it's
fair.
great. Like that is the one thing. I will go to bed at 8:15 and I'll wake up at 5:15 or 5:30. And that's like a non-negotiable for me. My poor boyfriend is like, "You're going to bed already?" I'm like, "I'm out. Like I'll see you in the morning." Like I need to go, like I need my sleep. He gets it now, but at first he was like, "You're going to bed already?" I'm like, "Yeah, I need to sleep." But like I think when I'm able to transition more into this full time, I would love to just implement more, like you're saying, recovery stuff. I need to I need to get the boots. So I love the recovery boots, but they're also not cheap. So I
Yeah.
don't love them that much. And
We're just like
um
put a thing out there for a sponsor for like
yeah, I would love some
Theragun or
recovery
whatever.
boots.
Yeah, get some recovery boots to you. If not,
And
just
then
take a
just
pair
kind
when you
of
finish your high rocks from
yeah.
the recovery zone.
I just need to figure it out as it comes. And like that's something I would work on with my coach is like, okay, I have this amount of time now. What can we maybe add or do more that's not gonna kill me, but could benefit me and just move the needle just a little bit more. So when that time comes, I'll figure it out. But for now, just gonna do what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and do your colleagues understand what you're doing and what what level you're at and what like
They
do any of
watch my
them watch High
races.
Rocks? Yeah,
No,
do
they watch
they?
it. Yeah, they do. And they'll text me after. My boss knows too. Like the other day I was coming home from DC And I messaged him, I was like, can I please work from home? Like my legs are not, like I can't walk. And he was like, yes, that's okay. And then I had a meeting with him that day and I'm just like disheveled. Like my hair is like, I was like, you are seeing me at my lowest right now. I hope you know that. Like, you cannot use this against me. Like, I'm working right now. I was working from 2 to 5 in the morning the day that I got back from DC because I couldn't sleep. Like, racing, I'm sure you've experienced, just
Yeah.
screws your sleep for a little
Mm.
bit. So I was like, if I can't sleep, I might as well just log on to work. I've been out for 2 days. So I was working in the middle of the night. So that was great. But yeah, they're super supportive of it. I'm very grateful for the job that I have and them allowing me to have a lot of vacation time and flexibility in order to do this. So I'm able to do this because of the job that I have to support it.
Yeah. No, that's I mean it's interesting because that's still a lot of people do know what High Rocks is now, but there is still quite a few that don't, and it's kind of growing year by year. But
Yeah.
I definitely think some people are like, what is that event you're going to?
Hydrox.
Yeah, like where are you
Hydrox.
off to?
Ugh.
So what's the goals then, if you don't mind us asking? Are you fully focused on world champs now with the doubles, or are you still aiming for that solo? How does kind of the next, I don't know, the rest of the season starting into next season look?
Well, I'm very upset because I don't get to race solo at World Championships now. I
I
don't
was
know.
just about to say I saw that post, yeah.
I'm really upset about it, to be honest with you. Like,
Mm.
I think it's going to affect a lot of the doubles athletes as well. And
So for anyone that doesn't know,
oh
can
yeah.
you explain they've
Yeah.
put it on the same
Um,
day now?
age group for solo men and women at Worlds is the same day as the Elite 15 doubles.
Mm.
And so that means that in the morning, I'm not going to do this, but in the morning I would race solo and then I would have to race Elite 15 doubles that night. I don't know why they did this. I don't know. I don't think it was not like this for at first. I think they switched things around when it came to something. I should have looked at this more, but something happened with the 60 plus age group. I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah, I think they'd changed something or combined so that all of the men and the women in the 60 plus were like racing at the same time or around the same time. So
Oh,
that meant that if any of them had also qualified for mixed doubles, they wouldn't be able to. So they would have to choose one. I think something along those lines.
right. So same thing then, I guess that
Yeah, yeah.
we're dealing with. Yeah, so I'm really upset about that because I mean last year I came in second in my age group for World Championships by like 3 wall balls. So it's like this year I was really, really excited. It's going to be an even more competitive field this year too, which is
Mm,
like it's going to be a great, great field out there. But yeah, so we work our butts off to go to Worlds, and
Mm.
I didn't get the chance to qualify for the solos. So it's like now I don't even get to race age group solo. Like that really, it stinks. And I emailed Hyrox and they kind of told me to, excuse my language, but told me to F off. So pretty much. And I was like, all right. They were like, well, you need to take into consideration this. And I was like, okay, but all of us have worked so hard. Like, can you
mm,
rearrange it so that at least maybe doubles goes the same day as doubles? Like, why wouldn't
yeah.
you do that? I don't know, whatever. I'm sure there's more to it, but so now my main focus is I have Houston coming up, which I'm so excited for because I just need to have a race that I feel confident in and
Mm.
not the adrenaline won't be so high for this one. So
Mhm.
I would love to do well there and get some points. I'm gonna do New York, which is great because I'm from North Jersey. I just moved to South Jersey, but I have a lot of people up in New York, and I have a lot of athletes that I coach that are going to be racing in New York too. So
Oh.
that's going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully, get some points there as well. And then doubles. So yeah, doubles is the main focus. Like I said before, me and Morgan, we can do very well, and I'm excited that I'm going to be fresh for that. It's kind of
Mm.
like a bittersweet thing. I'm like, damn, but it's good.
Yeah.
But it's like, ugh, you know.
It's
Um,
really hard. It's really tough, I think, like because the like you say, the field now is insane. Like for only being 15 athletes to qualify in the world when you even like just look across the regionals that are happening. Like
Yeah.
a lot of those athletes I imagine would want to be racing the age group.
Yeah.
So that, because it's gonna be like a second Elite 15 race in the age group because there's gonna be so many incredible
Literally.
athletes that
Yeah.
then to take that opportunity away for anyone that's qualified for the elite doubles. Whereas if you've qualified for the elite solos, you're able to do both because
Right.
it's the day
Yeah.
before. So it really does seem
Yeah, it
unfair.
stinks. When I got my heart like sunk when I saw that. I was like, "What? Like
Mm.
why would they do that?" But I don't know. Maybe they'll fix it, but
I know. I was gonna say, you never know. Like
unless
nothing's
there's
set in
enough
stone.
attention brought to it, I don't think they
Mm.
will. So
Yeah,
I think it's a lose-lose for anybody. But they did it like somehow we did it last year, so I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, because I
yeah.
think like the doubles last year was we were on the Sunday, so like we were
Mm.
right after all that. So the solos must have been at the beginning, like because we watched the solos at the beginning
We
of the
watched the
week.
solo, yeah.
Solos are on Thursday and then
Yeah,
doubles are on Friday. So make doubles
yeah,
Saturday.
Yeah.
yeah,
I don't know, but maybe
yeah,
maybe they'll change it.
And I
yeah.
mean, after having this chat, I imagine your aim is to qualify for the elite solos also. Is that part of
Oh, that by the
the,
end of this year, yeah.
yeah, that's,
I get points,
yeah.
like
Mm,
I gotta get my points. And that takes away from getting points at Worlds,
yeah,
right? So it's like that stinks.
mm. Yeah, it's
But
another opportunity, isn't it? And you're
Yeah.
right,
there and ready to race.
right.
And
Yeah.
you've paid to travel, like you're gonna be at the race
I paid for
anyway.
my ticket for solo too, so I was like, y'all better give me a refund. That's all.
Yeah.
And same for we qualified for doubles for World Championships, obviously before the Elite 15 World Championship. So need need a refund for that too. So we'll see if Hyrox pulls through with that.
Oh God.
Yeah, there's still work to be done, isn't there, for sure, with I think a lot of the scheduling, programming, everything
Administration.
Whatever.
administration, yeah, like, and you can see they're trying to obviously
hmm
make the system better by changing things and introducing a point system and all of these sort of things, but I definitely think there is still a lot of work to be done with the overall, and maybe, and also I think not changing things so last minute for people, because I think
Yeah.
it's hard when you've obviously got something in your head, you've qualified, you're working towards something, to then get it taken
Mm,
away is,
Very,
yeah,
yeah. It's
it's pretty grim.
but it is what it is. You know what? I say I'm always an everything happens for a reason person. So like that's just not my opportunity, I guess. Something better will come. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, just go and win the
Yeah.
Elite 15 doubles.
Yeah.
You'll be
Yeah.
fresh.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
that's a pretty
fresh.
Yeah.
good consolation prize.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. And then can we talk a little bit about training as a female athlete? We like to try and touch on like us being females on this podcast, and if there's anything that you do in particular, or any supplements you take, or any advice you have for any fellow female athletes that you've learned and would like to pass on.
Yeah. Take your fueling seriously. Truly, like at first. When I first started this journey, I've shared a lot of this on my Instagram, but I had a serious issue when it came to fueling myself properly and ultimately really backfired on me. And I'm still struggling with some consequences from that. Like, I was extremely lean and not eating right and lost my period. I was not recovering well. I literally was like downward spiraling for a few months. And it took one solo high rocks of absolutely dying, like in a way that I've never experienced before, to make a change and really help myself. I think everybody needs that aha moment. And unfortunately, like I feel like you need to want to help yourself. But I just want to make sure people don't even get to that point. So fuel yourself well, reach out to a nutritionist for help if you need it, reach out to anybody for help if you need it. I wish I did sooner. And I'm just learning a lot. I'm still learning as I'm going. It's a work in progress, but um, yeah, there's just a lot of bad side effects from not treating yourself kindly. And as a female, like you should be getting a normal cycle. I don't want to go too much into this just because I'm not as knowledgeable as I want to be in terms of speaking on it. So I don't want to like say anything that's like not true, but like it is so not healthy to not have a cycle. And it's been a year plus of like me recovering and I'm still not there yet. And that's crazy, right? Like it took
Mm.
6 months to lose it and it's still been over a year to get it back. So just know that like if you're getting those signs or you're feeling a little off in that way, take it super seriously and don't dig even deeper. Stop it before um it gets to be a little too late. I think a lot of females want to look a certain way. I mean, I think all females want to look a certain way.
Mm.
I fall into that a lot too, and that trap and seeing a lot of people online and how they look and like well, why, like, how can I get to that too? But ultimately, at the end of the day, if you're training for high rocks or you're training for all these races, your goal is to be performing, right? Like that is your number one goal. And I think that was a big switch in my mind where I was like, my training doesn't even feel good. How am I going to feel good on a race day? So, now that I'm really taking that seriously, eating before a workout, eating after a workout, training and progress has just been like so much better. So, ladies and men, if you're watching, eat your food, fuel your body, please. Like, oh, I wish I could just
Yeah.
like post about it all the time, but yeah, it's serious. It really is.
Yeah, it's such an important message, and yeah, we can't shout about it enough. And
Yeah,
I think it's just you want to, like you say, catch it early. You don't want it to go that far. You want to be able to notice these signs if that is like something that's happening before it then goes to that next level. And
Mhm.
then you've got a hard journey to get back, because
Come
that's
back.
a process in itself, like mentally and physically, to come back to
Right.
like yeah where you should be. So
Right. And it's tough. It is. Like I feel like there's like highs and lows for sure. I just posted about this yesterday and I've I feel like sometimes I'll get into like a little funk and I don't know why. And I think it's just part of the recovery process of having like an eating disorder is like some days you're like on top of the world and you're like I'm crushing it. Like I feel awesome. Like I'm so happy that I've been doing this and I'm so glad that my body feels better. Then there's some days where you're like you just like I will just feel gross. Like I'm like, like I just don't feel good. Like why am I even doing this? Like I wish I still looked like that, but like no, I do not wish I still looked like that at all. Like I know what feelings come with looking like that. So it's just like there's a lot of highs and lows, but slowly but surely there are more highs than lows. So it's like you just got to keep chipping away. Because looking back a year ago now, I'm like, wow, like it's gotten so much better. So you just got to keep doing one day at a time.
yeah,
And your
absolutely.
performance is like obviously showing, isn't it? Like look where you are.
Yeah,
You can't
that helps for sure.
yeah.
You would
Like
think it would
that.
help like more, but like
Mm,
where it's like, oh, I'm performing well, but it's still like you just have those moments, you know?
Yeah, like
yeah.
in the back of your
Everyone's
head.
human, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel any additional pressure, like now having, I guess, sort of that Elite 15 like label as such? You've been on that big stage, and with that comes maybe
Mhm.
additional pressure or expectation. Like, how do you deal with
Yeah.
that?
Well, I think being like I keep telling myself like I'm on this like I've been on this Elite 15 stage like you now have almost like a voice for people to show them like how to do things correctly or like avoid certain things. So that's why like I'm so happy I share everything on Instagram like it can be very vulnerable, but I think that's what people relate to a lot. Like I love when people post vulnerable posts. I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel much more connected with that person. And I hope that I'm able to maybe help someone feel like not safe, but like a safe spot, a safe place for them. Like with struggling with this for like a year or two, like you can still work on it and still achieve such awesome things, you know? But like it doesn't have to be perfect the way that like your journey is. Like you don't have to be doing all these extra things and like look super duper lean all the time in order to be at the top of a sport. You know, like I think there's pressure, but not in the way of I need to perform well. It's pressure in the way of I need to be a good role model, you know,
Yeah.
with all these people looking up to me, which is crazy to say, but like it's true.
No.
Like so many people follow this, and you don't need to be a super, super lean person in order to be successful in any athletic like field.
Mm.
Yeah.
And it's definitely, I think the myth is definitely starting to be dispelled now that like the lighter you
Yeah.
are, the leaner you are, the better you'll be. I think now
Mm-mm.
it's like this movement now in women's health, especially. And I mean, I know men are going through a similar thing about fueling and it affects men
Yeah.
in the same way, but women particularly, because maybe most of sport and sports science hasn't been focused on women, but like the movement's so strong at the moment, or it feels like it is anyway, at least. I feel like at nearly every person we speak to on the podcast raises something, some aspect of women's health that like
Mm-hmm.
yeah is
Yeah.
important, and to try and help females either in it right now or young girls coming up through, and it's just such a better message than the message that maybe we all got when we were young girls and coming up through athletics and
Yeah.
whatever sports we were doing in
But
our
then
I was
it's
life.
never like taught how to properly
Mm.
fuel either. I also like softball wasn't really like it was physically demanding in a way where I was like doing double headers, like let's like I think you know what that would mean, right? Two games in a row.
Yeah,
Okay.
2 games back to
I
back,
don't
yeah.
know if like there's different phrases everywhere else. I don't
No,
know.
no,
But
totally.
but like I'm doing double headers for 8 hours just standing on my feet, whereas like
Mm.
it's not as like physically demanding as like somebody running track doing the 2 mile kind of thing, like racing their heart out for 11 minutes. So it's like very different. And I don't think that I was ever taught a good way to fuel myself.
Mm.
So I wish I want to be able to, this is like something I would love to do down the line is like study nutrition and be able to help people in that way. I just need to, I always say that. So I know it'll happen at some point because I can see
Yeah.
myself doing it. So I know it will. I just don't know when yet.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah, no. And before I like kind of round up, I just wanted to ask you, you said about being like a huge kind of believer in visualization. And is there anything like in particular that you do or like a routine or anything, or if someone's never really kind of thought about that or done the mental side of thing, or if they're
Yeah.
struggling to believe in themselves, like do you have any advice or tips for them?
So, I guess I've never
Sorry.
thought of it in a point. I've never thought of it in a way where like someone's never done that before, I guess. So that's like such an interesting question. Um, I think visualization,
Do you
you
do it
just
like
need,
just like in your daily life all the time, or
yes.
do you
It's almost like annoying. I've just trained my brain so, I think I've trained my brain so well in the past 3 years, like from training too. Like when I train and I'm doing like hard sessions, I I either I have music on, but like I'm staring at nothing. So like to me, that's like when I'm like really speaking to myself, and I talk to myself during these sessions, and I just pretend that I'm in the race. So that's how I visualize is I'm pretending during my training sessions that I'm racing, then how I feel and like how I'm handling that like feeling. Obviously racing you just in so much more like pain than you are in your training sessions, but just being able to know that you're able to handle these intense like intensities and just trusting that your body will remember that. And yeah, I think self-talk is a huge part of it as well. It is visualizing, but it's also just being confident in yourself and being able to talk yourself through uh, challenging experiences.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
absolutely. And then when you are in the race, or like when you stand on the start line, like lining up in Phoenix, for example, your first Elite 15
Yeah.
debut, is there anything like in that moment or in the warm up that you're like doing or saying to yourself
So
before the
the race to me is just a celebration of the hard work, right? Like you just trained your butt off for 8 weeks. Like now's the time you get to prove to yourself and to everyone else that like you are capable of this. Like you're standing in that start line and it's like this is literally what you've been working for. You're thinking of this moment for the past 8 weeks, a moment that's going to pass in an hour plus. Like you've been thinking about it for how long? Like just trust that your body will know what to do because it will. And it'll ultimately like if you're nice to your body, it'll be nice to you. So like always be nice to your mind because that's how I feel. Like when you're kind to yourself, it'll show and your body will like perform for you. Does that make sense? I don't know if I'm like
Yeah.
going in circles, but like
No, that's perfect. No, that's I'm just thinking if someone's listening and they're like, "Oh, she said visualization. What does she even mean?" And like, do you know like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
what does she do when she lines up? So yeah, no, that's totally like answered my question. Thank you.
Yeah.
Um Right. Well, now, I mean, you may have kind of touched on it already with some of your previous answers, but we'll still round up with the same question, which would be, what message or advice would you give to your younger self or the next generation of girls coming up?
I love this question because I wish I could go back to my younger self and give her advice. I think my number one piece of advice to give me when I was even like 4 years ago is like you need to be confident in yourself before you do anything. Like you need to be I think everyone needs to have like a moment or like a period of time where you are solely working on yourself. There's no other distractions. You're not trying to please anybody else. Like you're your number one focus. And I think after you have this period of time in your life, you can do anything and nobody will affect you. Like negativity won't affect you because you're so strong and confident and independent in the person that you are that like nothing nothing bothers you. You know? Like
Yeah.
I used to always let like somebody else's opinion of me or what they said about me affect me or like
Mm.
outcomes of some things affect me, but now I'm like no, like that okay, that happened, like now I'm good, like what's next kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
So just being
And most
super independent.
most of the time as well, when someone's got an opinion of you, it's more of a reflection of them or the
Right.
fact that you're just not that person's person, and everyone doesn't have to
Exactly.
like everyone, do they? And I think, yeah, like you said, like almost learning that you can't please everyone makes you a happy
Hmm.
person. But if you want everyone to like you, it almost just consumes you and takes a
I
bit to
think
learn, doesn't it?
I think also when you're so like confident in yourself, like it translates into your relationships as well and everything that you're doing. You're able to give a better version of you to somebody else or to what you're doing. So you're not just trying to change yourself in order to please someone else or do something else. Like when you are happy with yourself, it'll come back in different ways.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Love that
that's a good
answer. That's
answer.
so good. Yeah.
Oh,
Um,
yay, that was
yeah,
good.
you passed the
A
test.
plus.
Woo! I love that
Uh,
question. That's a great question. So,
yeah, I think it's just really nice to everyone kind of has a slightly different like slant. I think if
Totally.
you put them all together, I mean, I did like a post a little while ago now with kind of everyone's like snippet from the last 6 episodes or something, and it was so interesting. But really, everyone's kind of giving the same sort of message, just in different ways and
hmm.
focusing on different little bits. So it's yeah, I think it's nice, a nice way to finish. Um,
This was so
so
fun.
thank you. Yeah, thank you so much. Where can people follow you if they don't already, find out how you get on in Worlds and keep up with everything you're doing?
Fozzie Fit
Fazzy
on
Fit. Okay.
Instagram. That's like the only thing I post on. I have
That's good.
TikTok, but my TikTok, like for some reason, gets like 50 views, so I've kind of given up on that one.
Yeah, I
I
think I
feel
think
like
Instagram's the world.
yeah, quite a few people have said that recently. Like I also have TikTok, but I don't really use it and it doesn't really. So
Yeah.
Instagram's the one for sure.
Instagram is the place I'm always on Instagram. So, yeah.
And is that if somebody would like coaching? Is that do they go to Instagram or
Yes, there's a link in my bio for coaching as well.
perfect?
Perfect.
I would love to
Happy
work with new
days.
people.
Yeah, happy days. That's awesome.
Woohoo!
Um, well, mate, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it. And for being so honest and open. We
Of
appreciate that
course.
too.
I'm so glad
But
I got to be on the podcast.
oh,
Thanks. Thanks
we're
for
just lucky
inviting
to have
me.
you
Little girl
on.
party.
And good
Good
luck.
good luck,
Yeah,
yeah.
in your next race.
When are you
Or
guys racing? Are you guys racing anytime soon?
We've just raced Glasgow.
Mm-hmm.
That was brutal. That was a race a bit like you said. I mean I felt awful from probably the first lap. I just got
Yeah.
over a chest infection. I thought, oh, I'd had a week and it would be really chilled and I felt pretty good. So I was like, either I'm really rested and I'll feel
Or
good and my body felt good, or it's going to be brutal. And we went out
yeah.
and my body was like, what the actual hell? I just like,
Oof.
and was like, we got to ski. I was like, you're right. And I was like, no, this is
No.
awful. I was
That's
like,
the
we need to just
worst.
change the plan and I just need to hang on to you. So,
Oh,
we're meant to be doing London in a couple of weeks, aren't we?
yeah.
So I'm
that's
just gonna,
exciting.
yeah, see how I feel, and then maybe
Okay.
we'll go and do that. If not, we're just gonna go full in for Worlds, just train for
Yeah.
that, and then
Oh,
yeah, we'll
good. I'm
see we'll
glad.
see you in
Then
Stockholm.
I was gonna say that I can meet you in person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yay! Oh, see,
Yeah.
like this is so fun. Like High Rocks has introduced me to so many people. Like, would I have met you without High Rocks? Probably not.
No,
Yeah, I
I
know.
know, it's so true. Yeah.
And it's
So
like the
cool.
like-minded people as well. It's so nice. It's such a yeah, it's a nice community. Everyone's really supportive and
I agree. I
everyone's
love
really
it.
happy to help each other. So it's yeah. Well,
Hmm.
we're really looking forward to meeting you in person and to
Yeah.
watch you race in person because
Yeah.
we'll definitely be there watching you race.
Woo!
But
Can't wait.
yeah, enjoy your races in the lead up to Stockholm.
Thank
And
you. Thank you so
yeah, if,
much.
if anyone's listening, go over, give you a follow, and yeah, we'll hopefully yeah catch everyone on the next episode.
Bye.